Hello, friends. Hello, hello. It's Amanda, and I thought I would hop on here and do some more midnight musings since it is 12:30 in the morning. And as we all know, I am a night owl, and that is how I function. So, excuse me. I just wanted to give an update on uh, the end of my cancer treatment and how that has gone. I am nearing the end of these cancer updates, which is awesome. That's the kind of thing we want to see the end of. um, I had my port removed. You can still see my scar there, but I had it removed, let's see, a week ago now, I believe. I had to go in and have a minor surgery again. I just did it with local anesthetic, went into the OR, and they're really nice. It's super easy. It's like a 5-minute procedure getting it taken, well, maybe a 10-minute procedure getting it taken out. It is super easy, especially getting it taken out, more so than getting it put in. So was in and out of there real quick. And the nurse was like, yes, that is the way to go, especially because, they numb you. You can't feel it. You feel a little pressure, but she's like, there, get yourself home. So you don't have to wait. You don't have to, do the whole post-op recovery. You don't have to have someone to drive you. You can drive yourself. All of those things you can eat before your appointment, which is awesome. So, yeah, getting that out kind of felt like one of the final things. Having that out feels like, okay, this is officially over. They don't have to put stuff in me anymore, and it feels amazing. So that was awesome. And then today I had my final oncology appointment with my oncologist, and that went really well. I discussed with him, how things went, any lingering symptoms, and what things are going to look like for me moving forward. So, yeah, that went really well. Like I've said many times before, I love my oncologist. He's just been so amazing, and the care so good throughout my whole journey. So I'm really thankful for my oncologist and the other team of practitioners that I got to work through, got to work with through this process. So, yeah, so what I discussed with him was just lingering symptoms, which I can go over. I had, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in previous updates, but I had gained like 10 pounds, mostly of water weight, which he said is normal for the chemo drug that I was on. It causes a lot of water retention, which it was like being pregnant again. It really was. My ankles were crazy swollen, and I just felt like, even like my fingers felt tight, just like my joints felt tight just because there was like extra water. Everything just ugh, and heavy and tight. And so that has finally been subsiding. And thankfully, the weight is coming back down a little bit because that was freaking me out a little bit. And yeah, just it's probably just a lot of peeing it out, and I have been getting these, hot flashes, and I sweat. I sweat a ton, which is so unusual for me. I'm not a sweater. But yeah, these night sweats. So that's been another thing that I've been having. Basically chemo-induced menopause in me. So that has been fun. Um, the doctor said that my cycles should return again, but for now, that is just something that I am dealing with, and all of the side effects that come with that. So the hot flashes, I'm having one right now. um, and those night sweats and that kind of thing. So he said with most people, especially in young people my age, usually with this induced menopause, usually your cycles do come back, but it can take up to several months. So we shall see. It seems like my body is trying to do something, but I guess we'll see what happens. So, excuse me. So that's going on with that. And so then I'm just trying to think if I had any other symptoms. Oh, I also had um, really slow digestion, which is something that I struggle with anyway, having Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Chemo really exacerbated that and made that worse, where things, your stomach just digests things really slowly, like a mild gastroparesis is what they call that. And then also sometimes further down the line as well, things are very slow. Um, so thankfully that has been improving slightly, but I also had a checkup with my primary care physician. Now that my immunity is returned to normal, I was able to see her and go into the regular clinic. Um, and so she's helping me kind of manage my digestion and kind of get that moving and going again. So that is being taken care of. So the final thing that I discussed with my oncologist was what we are going to do moving forward. I thought the long-term plan was just going to be to take spin, which is the estrogen blocker, for at least 5 to 10 years. What I was not expecting today was that he told me there is another option as well, considering that we are done having children and I have no need for my fertility. um, he said that there is this other protocol that they have actually done more recent studies on that is even more effective than taking tamoxifen. And tamoxifen is really good. He said that's a good option too. But he says there's this other option as well, which continues to induce menopause in you, but you get these Lupron injections. And Lupron is also another estrogen uh, blocker. And that is actually a drug that I took when I think that's what they use to suppress your ovaries before they stimulate them. Oh, I have unstable connection. Sorry. Hopefully that will come back in a minute. Sorry for the unstable connection. We're going to get better internet tomorrow. We're actually changing providers tomorrow. So hopefully that will get better when I do my lives. Anyway, so he said that with this study, it was showing that, especially in young people like me, where it is caught in early stage, it was stage 1 or early stage 2, in some people, that doing this other protocol is like even more effective in preventing recurrence in the future. So, so you basically get this injection every 3 months, I believe, for the next 5 to 10 years. So that's kind of a downside in that you have to go in every 3 months to get this injection, but then you don't have to take a pill every day. So there's, kind of the ups and downs, the upside being that it could be even more effective in preventing this from ever happening again. That would be a huge benefit. I mean, the tamoxifen is supposed to do a similar thing as well. So I'm kind of leaning towards going towards the Lupron injections, just because I am 36 years old and I have a lot of life left to live, and I don't want any chance of this coming back at all. So that is what I am leaning towards. I have it actually scheduled next week or the week after, and if I change my mind, I can still change my mind on it, but that is kind of the plan that I'm moving towards right now. So stopping the tamoxifen and starting these injections. Um, One downside he did say is that if you do this long term, it can induce osteoporosis, just because that is what happens when you're menopausal. Um, However, he said that there is another drug that I can take that is protective against osteoporosis that I can take while getting these injections. And so I am supposing that if I take the protective drug along with the injections, that it all kind of balances out. So wasn't something I was expecting going into my appointment. Um, oh, we've got an unstable connection again. Sorry, guys. Um, so yeah, that wasn't something I was expecting going into the appointment, but I guess they have new treatment options and preventative care coming out all the time, and definitely want to take the best, most cutting edge possible treatments for here on out. So yeah, so that is where we are at with that. And I don't think that there's anything else. I'm not seeing any comments from you guys, which I'm not surprised. It is late at night for probably most of you guys. But yeah, overall, I am done. I am done with treatment. Oh, I was going to mention my hair. My hair is starting to come back. You probably cannot see it in this light and this horrible low quality camera, but I have peach fuzz. It is starting to grow back. It is so exciting. I can feel it. It's like it was just like stubble at first, but now it's even, I don't know, can you see that? That I have like a few millimeters of hair there now. I wish I could get close enough for you guys to see it. It looks pretty blonde, so it's kind of hard to see at this point. But yeah, so I have my hair. My hair is starting to grow back. That's really, really exciting. And I got, while I was still relatively hairless, I had a mole removed when I went to see my primary care physician. And oh, you can see the fuzz. Yay! I'm glad you can see it on there. It's so exciting that my hair is starting to come back. I'm just thrilled about that. And it's actually growing faster than I thought it would. I'd say it's, I mean, because you don't normally see your hair growth when you have longer hair. I mean, you can, over time, you can see that it gets longer, but it's like when you're starting from nothing, how much it grows every day. It's the weirdest thing. I'd say it's like, I don't know, a millimeter a day or something, like maybe half a millimeter a day, but then over a few days you can see that fuzz coming in. So that is exciting. I am so glad that my hair is coming back, because as I mentioned in previous videos, that was the hardest thing for me, was losing my hair. I've definitely come to terms with it, come to peace with it. I'm fine with it now, but now that it is coming back, I am really thrilled about that. So anyway, yeah. Did you guys have any more questions before I sign off? Yeah, I don't know how many more. Love and strength. Thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate that. Yeah, I probably won't be doing that frequent of updates on breast cancer anymore, because I am now, hallelujah, at the tail end of this thing. And I will, be continuing with these injections and that kind of thing, and going in to see my doctor as needed. And fingers crossed, praying that there is no more reoccurrence, either in the other breast or anywhere else in my body. That's why we did the chemo, was to eliminate, hopefully, that risk. So yeah, hopefully there will be very few of these updates. Oh, I will be getting reconstruction at some point. I thought that maybe they had kind of backed off of that with the pandemic and everything because it's elective surgery. Um, but my doctor said that they are in full swing doing elective surgeries again. So that is something that I will probably be doing within the next year. um, Higher priority is getting my hysterectomy first, and then maybe doing reconstruction after that. Um, so yeah, I have those two surgeries that I might update about those as those come along as well. Um, but in the meanwhile, yeah, I am all done with my treatments and the worst is over and it feels amazing. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for your continued love and support. It really has helped me so much in just feeling like my village is there and they're supporting me and holding me up through what has been a crazy, crazy ride since this last February. It's just been like 2020 has been a crazy year. I think everybody can agree on that. It's been a crazy year for just about everyone. And yeah, definitely that has been the case in our lives as well, especially with this whole journey. So, anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. And for those of you who have kids, I hope that you are getting everything all squared away for what you're doing for schooling for them this year. Maybe I should do an update on how we are doing school this year with our kids, because I'm sure that that is something that would interest you all as well, since we are all kind of in this crazy time together doing school, not the usual way that we usually do. So, anyway, I hope you guys are all well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.